He spent decades as a cattle rancher in Oregon. He was a rodeo clown and a bronc rider. He's written between 15 and 20 books. But to hundreds of wild horses, the most important thing he's done sits about a dozen miles south of Hot Springs. As we go along the way to meet a man who spent the past 3 decades providing refuge for American Mustangs. This place is like a full-time postcard. No matter where you look, a chunk of the rugged Old West, where rock and fallen wood are very much in vogue. And on this day, windy, like a breath of fresh air. It is the Black Hills Wild Horse Sanctuary near Hot Springs.
People love this place. It's a restoration of whatever ails them. Beautiful canyons and beautiful mountain scenery. Lots of wild horses. We've got about 700 or 800 wild horses running free here. And they're a thing to behold. They're beautiful.
Dayton O. Hyde is the founder of this place, inspired about 3 decades ago by something he saw out west.
Saw hundreds of wild horses being held captive in feedlots, and they were a pretty sad bunch. And I grew up with horses and wild horses in particular.
And he says back in the day, he had broken some of those horses to ride.
And I developed a great admiration for them and love for them. So I didn't even stop to think about it. I knew that I had to find a way to free them from their feedlot.
And he says with the approval of Washington, Governor George Mickelson's desire to preserve a pristine 11,000-acre chunk of land, and Hyde's plan to save wild horses, it all came together. In 1988, Hyde founded the nonprofit sanctuary. And at the beginning, it was basically him. No horses and a lot of fence building. The BLM, or Bureau of Land Management, also manages the wild horse population out west, horses they don't want on public property.
The BLM shipped in truckloads of wild horses that had been captured, and it was pretty scary.
And so it began on the shores of the Cheyenne River and the bluffs above the canyon, where the American Mustangs look like dots, roaming freely where they will.
I have to admit, it was just a dream then, because nobody knew whether it was going to work or not. But it's worked beautifully, and we're still here after 30 years. Our horses are fat and sassy, and I couldn't wish them in better shape than they are.
As for Hyde, he doesn't own the land, but as the founder, he does live there.
I always wanted to live at the end of the road, and this is the end of the road. You can't drive beyond my house.
As a nonprofit, they rely on donations, giving paid tours to raise support, and their landscape has been featured by movie makers, which is also a money maker.
They come, they shoot, they leave their money, and they're gone.
Allowing the American Mustangs to live in quiet peace.
It symbolizes freedom, my own freedom to go where I want, do what I want, and act on impulse.
And preserving the land they live on.
We showed how one person can take land and love it and save it. And there are a lot of other lands that need saving.
Reading from a book he wrote about his own life.
Sometimes my memory fades, and I feel like a cowboy whose rope is too short and his horse too slow to catch the critter he's chasing.
And in this place, this refuge in Fall River County, it's safe to say Hyde has been fast enough and has indeed caught the critter he was chasing. If you've met someone cool along the way, please call or email us to let us know. American Mustangs are not native to America. We're told that they first came over with Spanish explorers, but over years and years of time, many have gotten loose or been set loose, creating a big self-sustaining population out west.